Hi, today I'm going to be talking about the Green Pony kit from Build Your Own Clone. This is the pedal, this is my build of it, and this kit is a clone of the Maxon OD820. Now Maxon is the designer and builder of the original Tube Screamer, TS808 and TS9, and the OD820 is actually a take on the Tube Screamer with a couple extra features that took inspiration from the much revered Klon Centaur. So we'll talk about those and hear what it sounds like. I'll start off with some clean tone. I have a Fender Telecaster plugged into the pedal, which is off into the Blackstar 6L6 tube amp. Pedal is on with the level on drive about noon, tone about 10 o'clock, bass response on normal, and clipping on silicon. So I mentioned that the Maxon OD820 adds a couple features beyond the regular Tube Screamer circuit. And one of those is a dual gang potentiometer for the drive knob. You can't really tell looking at the outside, but here is a regular potentiometer, and it's just got the 3 pins. And then a dual gang potentiometer is just a potentiometer that has 2 sets of pins that act in unison. So they act independently, but they're always at the same setting of this knob. They're both controlled by the same knob. We'll take a look for a second at the circuit schematic, and in particular what the dual gang potentiometer is being used for with that drive knob. So we have VR1B right here and VR1A right there. So those are 2 parts of the same potentiometer, just controlling 2 different parts of the circuit. The signal comes in through here and hits this first juncture, and as the drive knob is turned clockwise toward the 3, more of the signal is going to go up here into the op amp, and this is the clipping stage. And alternately, as the knob is turned counterclockwise toward the 1, more signal is going to be routed around here. So clean signal coming back into the signal path and bypassing this whole stage. And then also up here, the same knob, as you turn it toward 3, it's actually going to increase the resistance here and drive more of the signal through this clipping. And as the knob is turned counterclockwise, turned down toward 1, it's going to reduce resistance, so the signal will have a shorter path, but still in this feedback loop. As you turn this drive knob to the left, you're just driving signal around that gain stage and feeding clean signal back into the signal path. You have to turn the level up a little bit on this pedal if you're going to be working with that drive way down low. But if you crank that drive up more, you're just feeding more of that signal into the op amp and into that diode clipping stage. A lot louder, so you can turn the level down a little bit. And you can just dial in how much clean signal and how much of that clip signal you want. Maxon OD20 added a couple features to the Tube Screamer circuit, and the Green Pony kit from Build Your Own Clone adds a couple more features. Over on the left side, we have a switch, which is a bass response switch, and it's a little hard to see from my graphics, but on the left side, we're going to have normal, and in the middle, it's going to be set to thin, and on the right side, it's going to be set to fat. So looking at the circuit schematic again, over here is the switch that is the bass response switch. So if the switch is in the middle, which is the thin setting, it's still connected to one low pass filter here, and so that rolls off some highs, but the cutoff frequency is still pretty high, so it's not rolling off a lot of highs in that thin setting. In the middle, the normal setting, it's also connected to an additional 0.047 capacitor, and so that's increasing the capacitance, which lowers that cutoff and thus rolls off more highs, so it brings a little bit darker sound. And then over on the right, that's the fat setting, and so that's actually adding another 0.33 capacitor, so it's really increasing that capacitance and rolling off more highs for the darker sound. So here with the switch to the left, which is normal, and we'll switch it to the thin setting. Back to normal. And then let's go over to fat. So I like that fat setting, but go back to normal. And thin. Another feature that the Green Pony adds is the switch over on the right, which is additional clipping options. So traditionally, a Tube Screamer circuit uses a pair of silicon diodes. This switch on the right is silicon, on the left is LED, so it just uses a different set of diodes. And in the middle, it's going to be no clipping. Looking at this schematic again, here is the clipping options switch, and it's pretty straightforward. To the right, we have silicon diodes in an asymmetrical configuration, 2 on one side and 1 on the other. Switches to the left, it's using the LEDs, light emitting diodes down here, and in the center, that means it's off and there's no diode clipping. I've got the switch on the right on silicon, and that's what a traditional Tube Screamer would use. And in the center, it's going to be no clipping. If we turn it all the way over to the left, we got LED clipping. So, silicon once again. LED. and no clipping. So it gives you some additional options beyond just having the standard silicon diodes. The Green Pony kit comes from buildyourown.clone.com. I've built a lot of kits from this company. I've been pretty happy with the product as well as the support when inevitably I finished my pedal the first time and it doesn't quite work right. So I highly recommend checking out their website and seeing the kits that they have to offer, including the Green Pony.